पापशोधकं विभुं नीतिमार्गकोविदं पुरातनं जगत्पतिं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवाष्टकं पठन्ति ये मनोगरं ज्ञानमुक्तिसाधकं विचित्रपुण्यवर्धनं शोकमोहलोभदैन्यकोपतापनाशनं ते प्रयान्ति कालभैरवाङ्घ्रिसन्निधिं ध्रुवं ते प्रयान्ति कालभैरवाङ्घ्रिसन्निधिं ध्रुवं कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे सेव्यमान पावनाङ्घ्रिपङ्कजं व्यालयज्ञसूत्रमिन्दुशेखरं कृपाकरं नारदादियोगिवृन्दवन्दितं दिगम्बरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे भानुकोटिभास्वरं भवाब्धितारकं परं नीलकण्ठमीप्सितार्थदायकं त्रिलोचनं कालकालमम्बुजाक्षमक्षशूलमक्षरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे टङ्कपाशदण्डपाणिमादिकारणं श्यामकायमादिदेवमक्षरं निरामयं भीमविक्रमं प्रभुं विचित्रताण्डवप्रियं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे मुक्तिदायकं प्रशस्तचारुविग्रहं भक्तवत्सलं स्थिरं समस्तलोकविग्रहं निक्वणन् मनोज्ञहेम किङ्किणीलसत्कटिं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे धर्मसेतुपालकं त्वधर्ममार्गनाशकं कर्मपाशमोचकं सुशर्मदायकं विभुं स्वर्णवर्णकेशपाशशोभिताङ्गनिर्मलं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे पादुका प्रभाविरामपादयुग्मकं नित्यमद्वितीयमिष्टदैवतं निरञ्जनं मृत्युदर्पनाशनं करालदंष्ट्रभूषणं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे अट्टहासभिन्नपद्मजाण्डकोशसन्ततिं दृष्टिपातनष्टपापजालमुग्रशासनम् अष्टसिद्धिदायकं कपालमालिकाधरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे సంఘనాయకం విశాలకీర్తిదాయకం కాశీవాసిలోకపుణ్యపాపశోధకం విభుం నీతిమార్గకోవిదం పురాతనం జగత్పతిం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే कालभैरवाष्टकं पठन्ति ये मनोगरं ज्ञानमुक्तिसाधकं विचित्रपुण्यवर्धनं शोकमोकलोभदैन्यकोपतापनाशनं ते प्रयान्ति कालभैरवाङ्घ्रिसन्निधिं ध्रुवं ते प्रयान्ति कालभैरवाङ्घ्रिसन्निधिं ध्रुवं कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे सेव्यमान पावनाङ्घ्रिपङ्कजं व्यालयज्ञसूत्रमिन्दुशेखरं कृपाकरं नारदादियोगिवृन्दवन्दितं दिगम्बरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कोटिभास्वरं भवाब्धितारकं परं नीलकण्ठमीप्सितार्थदायकं त्रिलोचनं कालकालमम्बुजाक्षमक्षशूलमक्षरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे टङ्कपाशदण्डपाणिमादिकारणं चामकायमादिदेवमक्षरं निरामयं भीमविक्रमं प्रभुं विचित्रताण्डवप्रियं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे मुक्तिदायकं प्रशस्तचारुविग्रहं भक्तवत्सलं स्थिरं समस्तलोकविग्रहं निक्वणन् मनोज्ञहेमकिङ्किणीलसत्कटिं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे
Testing 1 2 testing
सेतुपालकं त्वधर्ममार्गनाशकं कर्मपाशमोचकं सुशर्मदायकं विभुं स्वर्णवर्णकेशपाशशोभिताङ्गनिर्मलं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे पादुका प्रभाविरामपादयुग्मकं नित्यमद्वितीयमिष्टदैवतं निरञ्जनं मृत्युदर्पनाशनं करालदंष्ट्रभूषणं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे भिन्नपद्मचाण्डकोशसन्ततिं दृष्टिपातनष्टपापजालमुग्रशासनम् अष्टसिद्धिदायकं कपालमालिकाधरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे సంఘనాయకం విశాలకీర్తిదాయకం కాశీవాసిలోకపుణ్యపాపశోధకం విభుం నీతిమార్గకోవిదం పురాతనం జగత్పతిం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే. కాలభైరవాష్టకం పఠంతి యే మనోగరం జ్ఞానముక్తిసాధకం విచిత్రపుణ్యవర్ధనం శోకమోకలోభదైన్యకోపతాపనాశనం తే ప్రయాంతి కాలభైరవాంఘ్రిసన్నిధిం ధ్రువం తే ప్రయాంతి కాలభైరవాంఘ్రిసన్నిధిం ధ్రువం. కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే. రాజసేవ్యమాన పావనాంఘ్రి పంకజం వ్యాలయజ్ఞసూత్రమిందుశేఖరం కృపాకరం నారదాది యోగి బృందవందితం దిగంబరం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే. కోటి భాస్వరం భవాబ్ధితారకం పరం నీలకంఠమీప్సితార్థదాయకం త్రిలోచనం కాలకాలమంబుజాక్షమక్షశూలమక్షరం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే. శూలటంకపాశదండపాణిమాదికారణం శ్యామకాయమాదిదేవమక్షరం నిరామయం భీమవిక్రమం ప్రభుం విచిత్రతాండవప్రియం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే. ముక్తిదాయకం ప్రశస్తచారు విగ్రహం భక్తవత్సలం స్థిరం సమస్తలోక విగ్రహం నిక్వణన్ మనోజ్ఞహేమ కింకిణీల సత్కటిం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే. సేతుపాలకం త్వధర్మమార్గనాశకం కర్మపాశమోచకం సుశర్మదాయకం విభుం స్వర్ణవర్ణకేశపాశోభితాంగనిర్మలం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే. పాదుకా ప్రభావి రామపాదయుగ్మకం నిత్యమద్వితీయమిష్టదైవతం నిరంజనం మృత్యుదర్పనాశనం కరాలదంష్ట్రభూషణం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే. భిన్న పద్మజాండకోశ సంతతిం దృష్టిపాతనష్టపాపజాలముగ్రశాసనం అష్టసిద్ధిదాయకం కపాలమాలికాధరం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే. సంఘనాయకం విశాలకీర్తిదాయకం కాశీవాసిలోక పుణ్య పాపశోధకం విభుం నీతి మార్గకోవిదం పురాతనం జగత్పతిం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే భైరవాష్టకం పఠంతి ఏ మనోగరం జ్ఞానముక్తి సాధకం విచిత్ర పుణ్యవర్ధనం శోకమోకలోభదైన్యకోపతాపనాశనం తే ప్రయాంతి కాలభైరవాంఘ్రి సన్నిధిం ధ్రువం తే ప్రయాంతి కాలభైరవాంఘ్రి సన్నిధిం ధ్రువం కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే సేవ్యమాన పావనాంఘ్రి పంకజం వ్యాలయజ్ఞ సూత్రమిందుశేఖరం కృపాకరం నారదాది యోగి బృందవందితం దిగంబరం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కోటి భాస్వరం భవాబ్ధితారకం పరం నీలకంఠమీప్సితార్థదాయకం త్రిలోచనం కాలకాలమంబుజాక్షమక్షశూలమక్షరం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే టంకపాశదండపాణిమాదికారణం చామకాయమాదిదేవమక్షరం నిరామయం భీమ విక్రమం ప్రభుం విచిత్రతాండవ ప్రియం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే ముక్తిదాయకం ప్రశస్తచారు విగ్రహం భక్తవత్సలం స్థిరం సమస్తలోక విగ్రహం నిక్వణన్ మనోజ్ఞహేమ కింకిణీల సత్కటిం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే సేతుపాలకం త్వధర్మ మార్గనాశకం కర్మపాశమోచకం సుశర్మదాయకం విభుం స్వర్ణవర్ణకేశపాశోభితాంగ నిర్మలం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే పాదుకా ప్రభావి రామపాదయుగ్మకం నిత్యమద్వితీయమిష్టదైవతం నిరంజనం మృత్యుదర్పనాశనం కరాలదంష్ట్రభూషణం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే భిన్న పద్మజాండకోశ సంతతిం దృష్టిపాతనష్టపాపజాలముగ్రశాసనం అష్టసిద్ధిదాయకం కపాలమాలికాధరం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే సంఘనాయకం విశాలకీర్తిదాయకం కాశీవాసిలోకపుణ్యపాపశోధకం విభుం నీతిమార్గకోవిదం పురాతనం జగత్పతిం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవాష్టకం పఠంతి యే మనోగరం జ్ఞానముక్తిసాధకం విచిత్రపుణ్యవర్ధనం శోకమోహలోభదైన్యకోపతాపనాశనం తే ప్రయాంతి కాలభైరవాంఘ్రిసన్నిధిం ధ్రువం తే ప్రయాంతి కాలభైరవాంఘ్రిసన్నిధిం ధ్రువం కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే రాజసేవ్యమాన పావనాంఘ్రి పంకజం వ్యాలయజ్ఞసూత్రమిందుశేఖరం కృపాకరం నారదాది యోగి బృందవందితం దిగంబరం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కోటి భాస్వరం భవాబ్ధితారకం పరం నీలకంఠమీప్సితార్థదాయకం త్రిలోచనం కాలకాలమంబుజాక్షమక్షశూలమక్షరం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే టంకపాశదండపాణిమాదికారణం చామకాయమాదిదేవమక్షరం నిరామయం భీమ విక్రమం ప్రభుం విచిత్రతాండవ ప్రియం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే ముక్తిదాయకం ప్రశస్తచారు విగ్రహం భక్తవత్సలం స్థిరం సమస్తలోక విగ్రహం నిక్వణన్ మనోజ్ఞహేమ కింకిణీల సత్కటిం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే సేతుపాలకం త్వధర్మ మార్గనాశకం కర్మపాశమోచకం సుశర్మదాయకం విభుం స్వర్ణవర్ణకేశపాశోభితాంగ నిర్మలం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే పాదుకా ప్రభావి రామపాదయుగ్మకం నిత్యమద్వితీయమిష్టదైవతం నిరంజనం మృత్యుదర్పనాశనం కరాలదంష్ట్రభూషణం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే భిన్న పద్మజాండకోశ సంతతిం దృష్టిపాతనష్టపాపజాలముగ్రశాసనం అష్టసిద్ధిదాయకం కపాలమాలికాధరం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే भक्तसङ्घनायकं विशालकीर्तिदायकं काशीवासिलोकपुण्यपापशोधकं विभुं नीतिमार्गकोविदं पुरातनं जगत्पतिं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवाष्टकं पठन्ति ये मनोगरं ज्ञानमुक्तिसाधकं विचित्रपुण्यवर्धनं शोकमोकलोभदैन्यकोपतापनाशनं ते प्रयान्ति कालभैरवाङ्घ्रिसन्निधिं ध्रुवं ते प्रयान्ति कालभैरवाङ्घ्रिसन्निधिं ध्रुवं कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे राजसेव्यमान पावनाङ्घ्रिपङ्कजं व्यालयज्ञसूत्रमिन्दुशेखरं कृपाकरं नारदादियोगिवृन्दवन्दितं दिगम्बरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कोटिभास्वरं भवाब्धितारकं परं नीलकण्ठमीप्सितार्थदायकं त्रिलोचनं कालकालमम्बुजाक्षमक्षशूलमक्षरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे टङ्कपाशदण्डपाणिमादिकारणं श्यामकायमादिदेवमक्षरं निरामयं भीमविक्रमं प्रभुं विचित्रताण्डवप्रियं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे मुक्तिदायकं प्रशस्तचारुविग्रहं भक्तवत्सलं स्थिरं समस्तलोकविग्रहं निक्वणन् मनोज्ञहेम किङ्किणीलसत्कटिं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे सेतुपालकं त्वधर्ममार्गनाशकं कर्मपाशमोचकं सुशर्मदायकं विभुं स्वर्णवर्णकेशपाशशोभिताङ्गनिर्मलं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे पादुका प्रभावि रामपादयुग्मकं नित्यमद्वितीयमिष्टदैवतं निरञ्जनं मृत्युदर्पनाशनं करालदंष्ट्रभूषणं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे भिन्नपद्मजाण्डकोशसन्ततिं दृष्टिपातनष्टपापजालमुग्रशासनम् अष्टसिद्धिदायकं कपालमालिकाधरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे भूतसङ्घनायकं विशालकीर्तिदायकं काशीवासिलोकपुण्यपापशोधकं विभुं नीतिमार्गकोविदं पुरातनं जगत्पतिं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवाष्टकं पठन्ति ये मनोगरं ज्ञानमुक्तिसाधकं विचित्रपुण्यवर्धनं शोकमोकलोभदैन्यकोपतापनाशनं ते प्रयान्ति कालभैरवाङ्घ्रिसन्निधिं ध्रुवं ते प्रयान्ति कालभैरवाङ्घ्रिसन्निधिं ध्रुवं कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे राजसेव्यमान पावनाङ्घ्रिपङ्कजं व्यालयज्ञसूत्रमिन्दुशेखरं कृपाकरं नारदादियोगिवृन्दवन्दितं दिगम्बरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे
Testing. Tell the guy again. One, check one, testing, sound check, one. Testing for sound, one. एक बार बोलो श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. So we are about to begin the ceremony, the Antishti Sanskar. Washan. Om apavitra pavitrova sarvavastam gatopiva yasmade pundarikaksham sabhaya benta shuchahi. Om wash supporter. Om namo narayanaya madhavaya namaha keshivaya namaha. Washan. Om sihasra prakshalanam samatpayami. Om kusasitu deva kushmule janadana kushmade teodeva brahma vishnu maheshwara. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. You organize your settings, right? Chandan, essence, yes, right, good. No, it's okay. Yeah. All right, devotees, sisters and brothers, I want to ask everyone to stand. At any time, feel free to sit. I know sometimes the senior devotees might not be well, so feel free to sit at any time, right? So we are here to do the Anteshti Sanskar, the final rites of Manohar, Pope, Ramai. Those of you all have this little handout. You see sunrise 12th of December 1947. Sunset 5th of December 2023. All of us, we had a sunrise. One day there would be a sunset for all of us also, right? We do the Sankalp mantras. As you pray, come closer. Yeah, the side you can watch, right? Where we establish all the details of today's ceremony, we are saying, Bhagwan, Hey Krishna Bhagwan, today, on this day, on this date, in this premises here, everything has been prepared. We are about to make these offerings to you, Bhagwan Krishna or Bhagwan Vishnu, on behalf of the departed. Today, with love and devotion, all of us join together, members of the family, friends, neighbors. We all join together here, asking Bhagwan to take care of this beloved Atma. So as I do these Sankalp mantras, I want to ask everyone to offer a prayer in your heart. I'm sure you are here because you are accustomed with this, with the individual who is lying there. You are accustomed with his life, with his family, or in his neighborhood. you are connected in some way, right? Om Vishnu Vishnu Adya Sri Brahmane Dvitiye Paradhe Sri Sweta Varaha Kalpe Vaivasvat Manvantare Ashtavin Satitame Kali Yuge Kalam Pratama Charane Trinidad Desha Amukagrame Adyavatanthargata Brahmataira Deshe Punya Chete Baudavatari Vartaman Yatanam Samvatsare Amukakayani Amukamase Amukapakshe Amukatitau Amuka Vasare, Amuka Nakshe, Amuka Yoge, Amuka Nakshe, Amuka Rashi Stite Sudya, Amuka Rashi Stite, Shashanke, Shesheshu, Graheshu, Yata Yata, Rashi Stana Stiteshu, Amuka Nam, Yajman would call your name in your mind, Yajmanasya, Amuka Gotasya, Amuka Pretasya, Anteshti Karma, Aham Karishe, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Yam Brahma Varunendra Ruddha Marutas Tunvanti Devya Istavai Vedai Sangapada Kramopanishadai Gayantiyam Samaga Dhyana Vastita Targate Namanasa Pashyantiyam Yogino Yasyantam Navirusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Nama Devaya Tasmai Nama Devaya Tasmai Nama Shantakaram Bhujagashainam Parmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrisham Megavarnam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanainam Yogi Birdhyana Gamyam Vande Vishnu Bhaubaiharam Sarvalokai Kanatam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya एक बार बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. So everyone, you can kindly take your seats. Offer everything, yes. Yeah, offer right there. Right, you can take some flowers again in your hand. So devotees, again on behalf of members of the family, I want to thank you all for coming and joining in the ceremony. This is a very wonderful way of giving support to the family. I'm sure you're all connected in some way, and on behalf of the family, I'd like to thank you. Also, devotees, I must congratulate the family. I know our beloved Bhaiya, who is lying here, Pope, as he's called, he lived a Hindu life, and most of the family, they follow Christianity, but they decided to have a Hindu funeral, and I must commend you all, right? For the last 4 or 5 years, I'm telling you as a Pandit, there is at least 3 or 4 cases where I know that Hindus who have lived a complete Hindu life, when they die, the children say it's too much of trouble, and they call a pastor and they did Christian rites. I find that is not fair for the person, right? So again, I want to congratulate you, and you all insisted that you must do a Hindu funeral. He lived a Hindu life. He was a devotee of Bhagwan, our Bhagwan, and I must really congratulate you. Devotees, the Anteshti Sanskar, the funeral ceremony, today we are just doing the rites here, and we are closing. What we normally do is the Gita part, some beautiful mantras from Bhagavad Gita by Shri Krishna, and of course the Gita Dhyanam, where we close everything, so there had be no shaving, there had be no bhandara, all the rites would be done, yes? And sometimes people question this, but today I'm telling you that there are many families struggling financially. There are many families who cannot afford, who don't have the resources to do shaving and funerals. So as Pandits, we have to adjust. If you can do it, no problem, right? If you have all the resources, no problem. But today, half of the funeral I'm doing is one day people say, Baba, please, they cannot afford, they can't have they don't have the children are not around, whatever, so many different problems, right? So today, don't think we are doing any shortcut. We are just, most important, we are offering our love to Bhagwan Krishna on behalf of a beloved brother, beloved uncle, and so many different titles, right? So you would see the first we'll be doing offering of water, sprinkling of water on the body. That's symbolic of bathing and purifying the body. We'll be putting chandan. In the Hindu tradition, chandan symbolizes, awakening of the mind and every aspect of your being at the lotus-like feet of Bhagwan. So in the tradition of Hinduism, we put chandan And devotees, there'll be essence and incense, of course, scenting and purifying the body. Then there'll be mala, beautiful flowers would be offered in the Hindu tradition, and then arati would be performed. The person has died. You say this is a corpse, but in the Hindu tradition, the Atma is the real individual. That is the spark of Bhagwan. We say the soul, but the Atma is much more than the soul, basically, right? So I always like to make it very clear, we don't worship the body. In the Hindu tradition, we don't worship the body. And you might be surprised to know that many Hindus say, Baba, we worship in the body. No, we don't worship the body. We worship in Bhagwan Krishna. Why Bhagwan Krishna in the Hindu tradition? Bhagwan, or God, as the creator, is known as Brahma. The reabsorber at the end of each cycle is known as Shiva. And the one who sustains his creation is known as Vishnu Bhagwan. And in Vishnu Bhagwan, there are many manifestations. In each age, there is a different manifestation. And out of all the manifestations of Vishnu Bhagwan, Sri Krishna is the most powerful. So this is why all the offerings are made directly to Sri Krishna or to Vishnu Bhagwan, right? So just be clear that we are not worshipping the body in the Hindu tradition, right? We worship Bhagwan, you say God, on behalf of the departed. Ek baar bolo Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki jai. Before we start, I would just like to do 2 lines of a beautiful bhajan. It says that one day we will all have to leave this world, right? Ek din chut jaye sansar. Those of you all who know, you can sing with me. Ek din chut jaye sansar. Ek din chut jaye sansar. Ek din chut jaye sansar. This is one thing that is going to be sure in our life. We'll have to leave one day, right? All of us. Life is for a limited time, right? Or Brother Pope here has lived for how much? 76 years? 76 years. Many people might not live so long. Some children die at birth, some die at young age, middle age. Some people even live longer. But sure, one day we'll have to leave this world. Bhavasagar me jeevan naya. Bhavasagar me jeevan naya. Ramal gawat paar. Ramal gawat paar. Ek din chut jaye sansar. Ek din chut jaye sansar. The poet describes this world as a turbulent ocean. Of course, it is difficult, in the turbulent ocean. And what can take you across the ocean safely? The name of Bhagwan, the name of God, the name of Ram, the poet says. So the poet encourages us to live a good life, to live a divine life, to live a religious life, if you can put it simply. Ek din chut jaye sansar. Ek din chut jaye sansar. Ek baar bolo Sri Ramachandra ki jai. Ek baar bolo Sri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki jai. You can offer the flowers. Take the lotus of water. So the body is already prepared. This is just the symbolism, the tradition that we do. Sprinkle water, go around 5 times. Om Adya Mukha Gotasya Mukha Pretasya Mritishthaneshava Nimitta Snanam Maya Diyate Tavupatishadam. Check 5 times, right? Adya Mukha Gotasya Mukha Pretasya Mritishthaneshava Nimitta Snanam Maya Diyate Tavupatishadam. Nimitta Snanam Maya Diyate Tavupatishadam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Adimukha Gotasya Mukha Pretasya Mritishthaneshava Nimitta Snanam Maya Diyate Tavupashatam. Nimitta Snanam Maya Diyate Tavupashatam. Nimitta Snanam Maya Diyate Tavupatishatam. Om Sri Krishnaya Namaha. Om Sri Krishnaya Namaha. Chandan. Om Sri Krishnaya Namaha. 5 is symbolic, devotees. The body is made up of 5 elements. And we ask basically Bhagwan, let each element go back to their respective places. So number 5 is important, right? You please Chandan, just 5 times. Adimukagota Samukapreta Samadhisthane Nimitta Gandha Maya Diate Tavupshatam Nimitta Gandha Maya Diate Tavupshatam Nimitta Gandha Maya Diate Tavupshatam. Essence. So we prepare the body. All of us would like to put on perfume and cologne and whatever and so to keep the body nice, decorated nice, even though the person has died, inverted commas died, devotees, we prepare the body in the best way possible to be taken to by, again, Devata, fire, basically. Sprinkle essence. Om Adhyamukagota Samukaprita Samritishtani Ishava Nimitta Gandha Maya Diyate Tavupshatam Adhyamukagota Samukaprita Samritishtani Ishava Nimitta Gandha Maya Diyate Tavupshatam Nimitta Gandha Maya Diyate Tavupshatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Incense. Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopal Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Go ahead, if it wrong. Move around 5 times again. Adhyamukagota Samukapreta Samritishtane Shava Nimitta Gandha Maya Diyate Vistam Nimitta Dhupa Maya Diyate Tavushtam. Om Adhyamukagota Samukapreta Samritishtane Shava Nimitta Dhupa Maya Diyate Tavopatishtam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Adhyamukagota Samukaprita Samritishtane Shava Nimitta Dhupa Maya Diyate Tavopashatam Nimitta Dhupa Maya Diyate Tavopashatam. Om. Right, place it there, make sure it's place it safe across there. So it won't, Imala. Right. Water? Oh, Mala. Oh, here. All right. Good. Yeah, just offer this one. When you all come, you all will offer. Is right? All right, go ahead. Adhyamukagota Samukapreta Samritishtane Shava Nimitta Pushpamala Maya Diyate Tavupashatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Harati? Right, move on. Adhyamukagota Samukapreta Samritishtane Shava Nimitta Deepa Maya Diyate Tavupashatam. Nimitta Deepa Maya Diyate Tavupashatam. Nimitta Deepa Maya Diyate Tavupashatam. Om Adhyamukagota Samukapreta Samritishtane Shava Nimitta Deepa Maya Diyate Tavupashatam. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. एक बार बोलो श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय. 5 times? No. Press it in. Take some flowers and come. All right, before I do a short message, I want to call on Dr. What's your name, Dr.? Kadia, right? To do the Eulogy. Just pass on this.
Sorry?
You have a pocket by chance?
No.
All right, so you can just the first.
Yeah.
This one.
Okay, sure. An excerpt from the book The Prophet by Khalil Gibran. There are those who give little of the much which they have, and they give it for recognition, and their hidden desire makes their gifts unwholesome. And there are those who have little and give it all. These are the believers in life and the bounty of life, and their coffer is never empty. There are those who give with joy, and that joy is their reward. Good afternoon, and welcome family members, relatives, and friends to this send-off for Mr. Manohar Ramai, more affectionately called Pope, to all who knew and loved him. I am Dr. Kadia Karim, and I'm a close friend of the family, and I met Pope about 16 years ago. I considered him as an adopted uncle and friend, an occasional volunteer to practice my barbering skills on, in case medicine didn't work out, and he never hesitated to let me try my hand at giving him a fresh new haircut. One warm afternoon in the living room of his Lower Rapsey Street upstairs home, I sat waiting on my friend Alicia Lucas. With my back turned, I heard the door open, and as I looked around, in walked this short bareback man wearing tall boots, carrying a cutlass, and this scared the life out of me. I screamed, he screamed, we both screamed. We were screaming strangers at the time. However, in the 16 years that ensued, I realized the first horrific impression I had of him was the complete opposite of who he actually was. The most kind, generous, humble, and gentle soul a person could ever encounter. He was born to Etwaria and Ramai Sahadio as the 7th of 11 children on the 3rd of December, 1947. He grew up in the family home at Lower Rapsey Street, Currap, and he was always an obedient and thoughtful child. He led a vegetarian lifestyle from early on. He was quite a selfless individual because apparently he was appointed to go to the meat shop on Saturday mornings to collect chicken heads for feeding the cats for his mother, and did so without any opposition. Even when Alicia left her 2 pet turtles under his care, he would always call and say, "Don't forget to buy food for the Morocco," as his duty was to ensure their survival. He attended the Spring Village Hindu school. As an adult, he worked at the Elias suitcase factory, after which he spent the rest of his time before retirement from the Coconut Growers Association, CGA, where he worked in production for a number of years. Subsequent to that, he worked with Mr. Kamil Mohammed as a delivery person. Mr. Kamo, as he was known, spoiled Pope every Eid with wine and sweets. On that note, Pope had a great appetite and a sweet tooth. At the hospital, he offered to cook lunch for the nurses who attended to him. He had a special interest in Saturday doubles, sahina, and aloo pies from Ken's Double Currap, and would always purchase for family members. Ironically, Pope remained to his last day without any diabetes, cholesterol, or hypertension. His doctors were amazed by this, with his lifestyle, family history, and of course his full head of jet black hair. What I believe was his saving grace was his daily exercise routine at the Knoll Street Recreation Grounds. He would make 5 full laps and do his stretches every day, followed by lively conversation about cricket and football, with his crew at the corner of Knowles and Rapsey Streets, an avid West Indies fan. Pope was very independent and took care of himself during his lifetime, preparing his own meals, his favorites being curried mango, lentil and rice, and fried bakes, unlike the younger men of this generation who struggle with the logistics of meal prep. He was also fond of local snacks, and one could always access a bongo coconut or vanilla or catch at any Saturday visit once Pope was at home. Pope had a green thumb. He was excellent at cultivating tomatoes and green figs at the backyard, and was very generous, distributing the harvest to everyone, and especially my grandmother in Port of Spain, who had access to an unlimited supply. Pope was a devout Hindu. He attended the Kirep Shiva Mandir and the Ramguli temple on the southern main road, Kirep. He took great pride in his Diwali observances with fasts and lighting diyas at the designated time. I remember when he did a particular sharing in the temple, giving gift bags with copybooks and pencils and goodies for the neighborhood children in attendance. He made sure that the night before, his sisters Cheryl and nieces diligently packed the bags for distribution the following day. Pope was most present at all family functions. He sat anxiously awaiting my arrival at Christmas and New Year's Day celebrations, asking everyone who arrived if they knew what time I'd get off work. Every Christmas, he would ensure he wore t-shirts or hats he had received for his birthday prior and indicated to me and others if I knew who had given him those items, cheekily. He was always full of gratitude and appreciated the smallest gestures. His sister Bernadette recalled that Pope was so appreciative of anything given and always wanted to give something in return. He always asked after his nieces, Karen and Michelle, and demanded repeatedly that Alicia print a photo of his great niece Asha for display in his cabinet. I remembered my birthday celebration in Balandra 6 years ago when no one wanted to get up and start the celebrations with me. But Pope made it his business to surprise everyone by joining in first, dancing, clapping, and singing chutney music. He really knew how to express himself in the right environment with the people with whom he felt comfortable. Pope was a wonderful brother and uncle to many. His nieces, Alicia and Maria, recall him always giving treats on Fridays when they were children, and sister Pinky recalls being given money for transportation when she lived at home. He had a special liking for his nephew Jason, who fell ill, and Pope made it a priority to visit him with a bag of snacks to cheer him up. He also spoke fondly of his niece Michelle from England, pointing her out in the family photos, and he cherished among the many others in the display cabinet in his living room. As I conclude this tribute to Pope, let us take a moment to reflect on the unique qualities that made him such a special person in our lives. His selflessness, generosity, thoughtfulness, and loyalty were just a few of the many attributes that endeared him to us all. As we remember Pope today, let us cherish these qualities and strive to embody them in our own lives, ensuring that his spirit lives on through our actions and in the kindness we show to each other. Pope was a simple, humble human, a good man of little words and big heart, and will be missed dearly by all who knew him. Rest in peace, Pope. Your journey on earth may have ended, but your spirit continues to live on, resonating in our hearts, mirrored in our actions, and reflected in the love we share. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. G. I think that was so beautiful, right? That was really wonderful. Devotees, after hearing all those wonderful words, I say to members of the family, the sisters and nieces and nephews and other members who I don't know, the brother and so, don't grieve, right? Celebrate his life. Celebrate his life. And this is what we should do. You know, when you live a wonderful life, a meaningful life, you should celebrate that life of the person when it is time to leave this world. So let's put our hands together again as we do some mantras dedicated to Bhagwan Krishna. Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Anandam Ayacha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Nama Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Lam Gaite Girim Yat Kripatamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. एक बार बोलो श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. So I'll do a short message, and then the members of the family can come and offer malas and flowers, right, while we do some bhajans. And if anyone else would really like to say a couple of words, no problem, right? So devotees, what we have heard, beautiful words, right? And today, the question we have to ask ourselves, we would live on for some time. All of us are here. We don't know how long, devotees. But the question we have to ask ourselves, one day when we are in a coffin and others are attending our funeral, you know, what would they say about us, basically? What would they say? What kind of parent you were? What kind of brother or sister you were when you were alive? What kind of neighbor or friend you were, devotees? And what was the meaning of your life? Our tradition, Sanatan Dharma, says that life is a precious gift of Bhagwan. The human birth is the highest. And it is said in our tradition, it is not just one life. Our Shastras say, our scriptures say, sometimes it would take 8,400,000 births to get a human birth. So this is why when we get a human birth, we must treasure it. It is precious. It is what I would say the greatest gift of Bhagwan, right? And every moment in life is precious, devotees. Every moment in life is precious, right? I'll give you an example from the Ramai, the Ramcharitamanas. When Sri Rama, who had to leave Ayodhya because of the commitment to parents, devotees, today we see children, they are not committed. Many children are not committed to parents. Sri Ram, he was the prince, and he only heard what had happened. Maharaj Dashrath had given 2 boons to one of his queens, Kekehi. Whenever you wish for it, ask for it. And at a very difficult moment, she asked. The time when Sri Ram was about to be crowned king, Maharaj Dashrath thought it was right now. And that very night, the next day he was supposed to be crowned king, Kekehi, Mata, the stepmother of Sri Ram, asked for the 2 boons. One is that my son Bharat be crowned king, and the second, Sri Ram go to exile for 14 years, devotees. And Sri Rama, he only heard that by the way. Maharaj Dashrath was willing, he was a king who would never go back on his word. And that time, for the love of his son, he was willing to go back on his word. And Sri Ram, when he heard what had taken place, without Maharaj Dashrath saying a word, he prepared in the early morning, devotees, and he got prepared to go to the forest. Of course, Lakshmana accompanied him and his wife, Sita, newly married wife, Sita, devotees. So, the wonderful nature of Bhagwan himself acting the role of a human being, an ordinary human being. And when he went to the forest, he met a very holy sage and saint by the name of Valmiki. And listen carefully what he said. He said, "Oh, Holy One, please, you have lived in this forest. You know the whereabouts of the tribes in the forest, the animals, the plants, the water source. Please show me a spot where I can spend some time, if not 14 years, some of these 14 years, but most important, where I would not disturb the environment, where I would not cause harm to the creatures or the plants, where I would not pollute the water or the air, right? So when I leave here, I would add value to this surroundings." Very instrumental, very instructive for us as human beings today, devotees. And life is like this. You know, the question we have to ask, as we heard so many beautiful things about our brother Pope, devotees, what is our life like? Right? What kind of parent am I? The question. Am I a good parent or okay parent or not so good? Right? What kind of brother am I or sister? Devotees, the most important. The first is family. The relationship of family is very important. Next to family is your neighbor. Neighbor might not be relative, but neighbor might be the closest person to you. Something should happen, your brother and sister know we are wrong. The neighbor is the one to be there for you. Then we have a responsibility to the community where we live, devotees. So our relationships should be meaningful, beneficial, and uplifting, right? You can smile with others and put a smile on the face of others, devotees, most important. Or we can choose to be selfish and live by ourselves, forgetting about everybody else. And when you die, people say he was a person, he never spoke to anyone, he never interacted with no one, right? What kind of life that is, right? So today we are celebrating the life of Manohar, Ramai, lovely known as Pope, and devotees, a lesson for all of us. None of us are perfect. Definitely, if I ask if anyone is perfect, no one is perfect, devotees. We all have our problems and challenges in life and setbacks, devotees. But we do the best we can. Every day that we get up in the morning, we put our hands together and we offer prayer. Bhagwan, thank you. For those of you, Bhagwan means God. Bhagwan, thank you for life. Thank you for family. Thank you for a job. Thank you for everything, right? So devotees, life is really precious. Life is meaningful. And life is something that we're not sure that we are going to get back a human birth again, right? In the Hindu tradition, the body is there, all the organs are there, all the limbs are there, right? So we say the person is dead. It is a corpse. But everything is there. What is missing? The life force. What in Hinduism we know as the Atma. We simplify it as the soul, but the soul is a bit different, right? The Atma is missing. And that is what in the Hindu tradition is a spark of that supreme Atma, Bhagwan, or supreme God as we would call devotees. So in the Hindu tradition, Bhagavad Gita, Lord Krishna says that the Atma is eternal. There was never a time when the Atma was not present. It is present and it would remain for eternity because the Atma is the spark of Bhagwan. And the beautiful example given is just like the ocean. You take one drop of water from the ocean and you go to the lab and test it. It has all the qualities of the ocean, but it is just one drop. The ocean is basically almost infinite. God or Bhagwan is like the ocean. Each one of us is like one drop. So our innate quality is divinity. But in contamination, in contact with the physical, with the material world, we forget about our real nature. So today, as we all join in this ceremony, the Anteshti Sanskar, while I am doing some prayer and mantras, everyone, in your own way, you can offer your prayer, asking Bhagwan, asking God to take care of this beloved Atma. And what we wish for in the Hindu tradition, there are different things in the Hindu tradition. When you die, you can come back as a human being, right? The cycle of birth and death. You can go down to the animal species. Yes, our Shastras say you can become an animal according to your actions, the law of karma. You can go to the higher regions, the Devta Lok, or the highest, what we know as moksha, is that you can be absorbed in that supreme divinity where you don't have an identity again, so to speak. So you become one with the supreme divinity. And today, as we all join, we ask Bhagwan Krishna, or Bhagwan Vishnu, for the highest goal possible for this beloved Manohar Ramai, lovely known as Pope. So many wonderful things we have heard. His life definitely was of meaning, not only to himself, but to many other individuals. Ek baar bol Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki jai. So at this time we have the malas here. We have flowers also. You all can come and offer the malas. The malas, you'll just break them, break the thread. You break that thread also, right? Place them around the neck of the flowers, right? I'll just do a couple bhajans in the meanwhile. And if anyone else would like to say a few words, we are coming close to the end of the ceremony, right? You can come forward. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Just help them out with the malas and the flowers there. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bring the whole tray. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare. There's flowers also. If anyone can want to come and just offer one flower, you can feel free to do that. Just place it around. Just directly for the mala. Yeah, just break it. You can break it. Just, you have a knife somewhere? It might be hard to break, right? Just so. Somebody had a knife to just to cut you. Yeah. Yeah, just place it like you're offering a mala, right? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. तू है एक तू अनंत तेरा आदि नहीं अंत, गाते साधु और संत सीताराम सीताराम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। बोलो राधे श्याम बोलो राधे श्याम जय जय राम जय जय राम राम जय जय राम जय जय राम। जय जय श्याम जय जय श्याम जय जय श्याम। तू है एक तू अनंत तेरा आदि नहीं अंत, गाते साधु और संत सीताराम सीताराम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। ओम श्री राम जय जय राम। बोलो राधे श्याम बोलो राधे श्याम राधे श्याम। एक बार बोलो श्री कृष्णचंद्र भगवान की जय। एक बार बोलो श्री रामचंद्र की जय। Right? You get off all the rest. You all can come and help and just put out the rest of flowers. You can just afford the rest of flowers, right or wrong. Yeah. Tulsi, put this on about. Yeah, good spread out. All about. Box. And a bit, yeah. please. Put some in the flower seed. That's in the last, right? Before you put it. Yeah, you can put that just so. Yeah, just bring it out. Yeah, right on. Yeah. Yeah, sprinkle out all. Yeah, right on. I just buzz this mala here for me. Buzz the thread. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you can put this on the mouth at the end, right? Om Partaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madi Mahabharatam Advaitamrita Varshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashaadhyayinim Ambatvamanusandadhami Bhagavad Gita Bhavadveshinim Namostute Vyasa Vishala Buddhi Pulada Vindayata Patra Netra Yena Tvaya Bharata Tailna Purna Prajwalito Jnanamaya Pradipaha Prapanna Parijataya Totra Vetraikapanaye Jnana Mudraya Krishnaya Gitam Ritaduhe Namaha Sarvopanishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandana Parto Vatsa Sudit Bhukta Dogdam Gitam Ritam Mahat Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kamsa Chanur Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagat Gurum Bhishma Drona Tata Jayata Tajala Gandharani Lotpala Shalyagrahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Vela Kula Ashwatama Vikarna Gora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Khalu Pandavairanadi Kaivartaka Keshava. Yeah, if you all want to just do arti. Parasharya Vachasaroja Mamalam Gitata Gandutkatam Nana Kyanaka Kesaram Harikatha Samborana Boritam Loke Sajjana Shatparaira Haraha Pipiyamanam Murad Bhuyad Bharata Pankajam Kalimalam Prajvam Srinasreyase Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Lamgayate Girim Yat Kripa Tamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varunenda Rudda Maruta Stunvanti Devyai Savai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadaid Gayantiyam Samaga Dhyana Vastita Targatena Manasa Pashyantiyam Yogino Yasyantam Navidusura Suragana Devaya Tasmai Nama Devaya Tasmai Nama Devaya Tasmai Nama Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. कन्हैया कन्हैया तुझे आना पड़ेगा, आना पड़ेगा, वचन गीत वाला निभाना पड़ेगा, वचन गीत वाला निभाना पड़ेगा. Hey Krishna Bhagwan, today we all join, members of the family, friends and relatives, as we ask you to take care of this beloved Atma. गोकुल में आया मथुरा में आ, गोकुल में आया मथुरा में आ, छवि प्यारी प्यारी कही तो दिखा. अरे सावरे, अरे सावरे देख आके जरा, सुनी सुनी परी है तेरी द्वारका. कन्हैया 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 तुझे आना पड़ेगा, आना पड़ेगा, वचन गीत वाला निभाना पड़ेगा, वचन गीत वाला निभाना पड़ेगा. हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी, हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी. जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी, जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी. हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी, हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी. जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी, जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी. हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी, हरे हरे कृष्णा हरे मुरारी. जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी, जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी. जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी, जय जय गोवर्धन गिरधारी. ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. The final chant. You all can stay, the family members can just stay around. We are almost close, right? Any of the family members on the camp goes around. Just this final chant. So if you know it, join with me. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. एक बार बोल श्री कृष्ण चंद्र भगवान की जय. Devotees, today as we join in the final mantras, the final prayer, Hey Bhagwan Krishna, again and again, we bow at your lotus-like feet. We ask you, with love in our hearts, to take care of this beloved Atma, this beloved brother, this beloved neighbor, beloved uncle, so many different titles. A wonderful life, a life of love, a life of caring and sharing. Bhagwan, may that path and that journey be wonderful by your blessings. So everyone, we put our hands together as we offer a prayer. Om Anadine Dano Deva Shankha Chakra Gadadhara Akshaya Pundarikaksha Preta Moksha Pradobhava Krishna Krishna Kripalu Tvamagati Nam Gatirbhava Sansadnar Magnanam Prasira Purushottama. Om Tat Sat Pretatma Shanti, Om Tat Sat Pretatma Shanti, Om Tat Sat Pretatma Shanti. Hey Bhagwan, you are everything to us in this world. You are our mother, our father, our friend, our relative. You are our true wealth and riches, Bhagwan. You are our knowledge and wisdom. Again and again, we bow at your lotus-like feet. Today we all join in saying farewell to our beloved brother, beloved uncle, beloved neighbor, beloved friends, so many relationships, lovingly known as Pope. Hey Bhagwan, you are supreme. Today we ask you to give the best home possible to this beloved Atma. Tvameva mata cha pita tvameva, tvameva bandhu cha saka tvameva, tvameva vidya dravinang tvameva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva, tvameva sarvam mama deva deva. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. May that Atma have peace. Prem se bolo Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagwan ki jai. Prem se bolo Shri Vishnu Bhagwan ki jai. Prem se bolo Shri Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Shri Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Shri Satya Sanatan Dharma ki jai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Right. Right. Our part is completed. Right. So. Yeah, take out your ring and loose it out. Yeah, as soon as. If anyone else would like to just view the body before it is taken away.
భాస్వరం భవాబ్ధితారకం పరం నీలకంఠమీప్సితార్థదాయకం త్రిలోచనం కాలకాలమంబుజాక్షమక్షశూలమక్షరం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే. శూలటంకపాశదండపాణిమాదికారణం శ్యామకాయమాదిదేవమక్షరం నిరామయం భీమవిక్రమం ప్రభుం విచిత్రతాండవ ప్రియం కాశికాపురాధినాథ కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే కాలభైరవం భజే. भक्तिमुक्तिदायकं प्रशस्तचारुविग्रहं भक्तवत्सलं स्थिरं समस्तलोकविग्रहं निक्वणन् मनोज्ञहेम किङ्किणीलसत्कटिं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे धर्मसेतुपालकं त्वधर्ममार्गनाशकं कर्मपाशमोचकं सुशर्मदायकं विभुं स्वर्णवर्णकेशपाशशोभिताङ्गनिर्मलं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे रत्नपादुका प्रभाविरामपादयुग्मकं नित्यमद्वितीयमिष्टदैवतं निरञ्जनं मृत्युदर्पनाशनं करालदंष्ट्रभूषणं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे अट्टहासभिन्नपद्मजाण्डकोशसन्ततिं दृष्टिपातनष्टपापजालमुग्रशासनम् अष्टसिद्धिदायकं कपालमालिकाधरं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे भूतसङ्घनायकं विशालकीर्तिदायकं काशीवासिलोकपुण्यपापशोधकं विभुं नीतिमार्गकोविदं पुरातनं जगत्पतिं काशिकापुराधिनाथ कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवं भजे कालभैरवाष्टकं पठन्ति ये मनोगरं ज्ञानमुक्तिसाधकं विचित्रपुण्यवर्धनं